Well, it's been a long process, but the sports world is slowly making a comeback, a much welcomed comeback from that night that it all shut down in Oklahoma City back in March. Broadcaster Alema Harrington was a part of the broadcast team for that Jazz Thunder game. He shares what it was like for him that night on this Thurl Talk podcast, the night that the sports world was shut down.
You were with Craig on the road. I was with Mike Smith on our set back here in Salt Lake City. That's right. Toss out to you guys for the start of the actual game broadcast. Our producers start to freak out a little bit, and freak out might be a little too dramatic of a term, but they start.
No, I think you hit it on the head. You freaked out.
They're trying to get us back, myself and Mike, back on the set, mic'd up and ready in case you guys were going to throw it back to us because there was, some uncertainty as to where we were going.
Right.
But, from that point on, and I've shared this before, where, Mike Smith and I were walking to the parking lot from the arena, from Vivint. We go downstairs to the main floor, and we're walking out of the building and looking at each other going like, what just happened? And Mike lives in California, so he's, he would be flying back home for him. I'm like, is this it? Like, is the season done? Because at that moment, Adam Silver had made the announcement that it was postponed. The season was suspended was the terminology. All of us struggle with uncertainty. Like I don't know what's going to happen. And the blessing, I think, for me in dealing with it was that the life lessons that I've learned through my addiction recovery and some of the work that I've done personally there is being in full acceptance of not knowing.
Gotcha.
And it's like being able to deal with that. And that doesn't mean I deal with that perfectly, because I don't. I get, panicky, scared. I can be driven by fear. But I had some tools to be able to say, it's going to be okay. Whatever it is, it's going to be okay. Man, I was in a spot where I was like, wow, like I don't know what's going to happen with the Jazz and how that's going to look. We all have contracts,
that's
but,
right.
This was, a circumstance that nobody had been able to predict. I can say this, like I was given lip service to like, oh, it's going to be okay.
Yeah.
But inside, man, I was scared.
Yeah.
Yeah. Financial, and just security.
Yeah, for your family.
It's like, yeah. So that's kind of, and that's been the process for this whole time. And I've been blessed, fortunate to have support.
Yeah.
You're part of that support system, T. And other guys that are close to me in my recovery, and family that are there to kind of help us to get through this.